everyone and welcome back to another video. It's Brianna Ray from BriIY here to bring you some more textile stuff. I'm in a very crochet-y kind of mood. If you've been following along with anything I've been doing on shorts, sometime last month I think I posted this little dino that I made with no pattern. I just sort of started going and this is what came out, and I was actually quite pleased with the way that it turned out, all things considered. And I loved this like soft pink like chenille yarn that you can get from the Dollar Tree. So this is a very cheap project. It took a while, of course, especially without a pattern and kind of just winging it and seeing what kind of came out. But I've just kind of had the itch. So last week I ended up making this little guy here, which is the crocheted bookmark or card charm or whatever. And I thought this was just like a super cute and simple project. I had the whole thing done in under 10 minutes. And I wanted to do something else that was maybe sort of building on top of a different project that I have already done before, and that is hats. I've made this exact hat on camera before, quite a while ago actually, and it's just a little tiny for my head. But I do have a little teeny tiny friend who always is cold in the wintertime, just like her auntie, and that is my little niece. And I saw just the cutest style of like large scale embroidery with yarn on some knits for babies, and I wanted to give it a shot on this hat. And I wanted to try to spell out her name. So whenever I do embroidery, my personal favorite stitch has always been the split stitch because it kind of looks like a braid. And I think that that'd be really great if I got some big fuzzy yarn and just kind of made a little hat that says my sweet niece's name on it right across the front of the hat. And then I could give it to her as a little surprise gift so she's not so cold when she waits for brother at the bus. So let's get some supplies. Well, it's not the chunkiest, but I think I can double it up, and I just love this color combination of this like kind of creamy color, like almost like beige, while alongside this like super kind of like orange. The colors look a little different on camera than they do in person, but I think that this is a really nice combination. It's not going to match her winter jacket. I don't think I have a yarn that does, and I'm not really in the habit of going out and getting a whole skein of yarn for such a tiny project. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to double up this yarn, measure it alongside the length of my arm, and that is kind of where we are going to start. I have some very simple yarn needles. I'm going to get my big one since I'm doubling it up, and this is what we are going to be using to create our sort of embroidery style bit here. I am going to just go through one end on my yarn needle and go all the way to one side. Perfect. And we can just knot it up at the end here. All right. And I do kind of want to get rid of my tails now while I can. Nice little snip. Perfect. And always start from the back here. And I'm just kind of gonna flatten it out to kind of get a vibe for what I'm going for. Now my niece's name is Ivy, so very short, very brief, nothing too crazy. I might also recommend at this time getting something like an erasable marker or something to kind of square out really what you're gonna do. But I feel pretty confident in this right now. So I'm just going to start here. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, I think I actually want to start a little higher. There. That's better, I think, because I want to make sure there's some room for the Y. And I'm going to kind of not quite pull it all the way. When I go back down, you can see I've kind of got this loop here. I'm going to try to thread through it. So I'm going to start creating my letter here. I'm going to thread through it, and you see I'm going to go through this loop. That way it doesn't go nowhere crazy. Okay. And so this is kind of the start of our lettering. Now the split stitch, which is now going to be made a little bit easier even because I've doubled up on this yarn. Usually you will go right in the middle of the yarn. So if this were not doubled up, your needle would go through it like this almost. Since we are doubling up, we are going to be going through it from the back like this. And I'm going to come back up between the two sections that I made and pulling through this, you can see it kind of continues this almost knitted look of a hat. And then you come down and you make another stitch down. So that's what I'm gonna do here. And we are going to continue this kind of all the way up and around to create this eye shape. Technically this is not how you start the eye shape in cursive, and I know that that is true, but I wanted to make sure I spaced it all the way out, so I'm just gonna kind of keep rolling with it. And then we're gonna start going down and creating our eye, but you can see I kind of came back up through there, and then I come down, trying to find the like natural spaces so I'm not splitting the yarn anywhere. Come down here, and again when I come up I'm actually going back a little bit, catching the in-between of that yarn, going up, pulling through, and then continuing down along the shape that I am trying to make, which in this case again is a cursive eye. And you can see that it's kind of a little bit thicker, which is really good and what I'm going for. And obviously it's kind of hard to tell what the lettering looks like right now, but eventually this is going to become ivy. I think it's time to start hyperlapsing. So far, I think it's looking pretty good. Obviously, if you have a longer name, especially on a tiny little body, you might want to condense this a little bit more, or even not use this doubled up method, but I think it looks super great, especially next to all of these stitches. The other really nice thing about doing this on a knitted material is you can kind of count the amount of stitches to keep your stitches of your embroidery relatively the same length. And because I'm about to run out and I want to keep it pretty consistent, I'm going to come down instead of going, I usually am skipping like 2-ish. I'm only going to skip 1 to come down and finish this particular letter. And I'm just going to come out the other end with my scissors, give it a snip down the middle, and I'm going to tie off in 2 sections like we got here. And tie nice and tight. Double knot, so it's not going anywhere. Cut your tails. You could also weave them through if you've got a crochet hook. I'm just not feeling like it right now. And then we're gonna pick up and finish our V and of course our Y. Look at how cute it turned out. I didn't end up making the loop because I didn't think there was enough room, but I think it's obviously legible. IVY, fairly simple. All things considered, it does fit the hat, and the best part about using the yarn is that it does stretch with the hat. So even if it kind of stretches out, it's still got all the stretch that you would need for it to fit her tiny little noggin. And again, she does have a little baby head, so it's pretty tiny, all things considered. It's not going to fit her forever, but while she's a tiny little lady, I think it's going to be just fine. I like this a lot. I really like this proof of concept almost. This braided look is really nice. It's very cozy, very nice for fall, and the little pom-pom on top. Obviously you could make the pom the same color as the text, and honestly, even if you don't like the idea of names, or if you're someone who makes tiny hats for something like hospitals in the wintertime, or something like that, this is a nice way to add maybe a little heart or just like a little extra detail to some of these hats, or even just a little extra love and design and customization to something that otherwise might not have it. I think it's really cute. I've seen this done on sweaters before, you know, sleeves. Also a really great way to make sure that you put names in everything, especially if you're sending babies to daycare. I don't know, just a couple of thoughts, a couple of ideas. I really like the way that this turned out. I think it's super cute, and I think it really does kind of blend in, not quite seamlessly. Obviously, it's, you know, sitting on top, but I think the style blends in very nicely. Very simple to do. Takes less than a half hour if you have a, you know, a short name, maybe a little bit more if you have a longer name, and obviously however long it takes to make the hat. But all things considered, I think this is just a fun little project and a fun way to add something special or custom to your kind of gift repertoire if you're not quite sure what to do for someone or maybe for a baby or something. So thank you so much for watching. If you like what you saw, feel free to like and subscribe. I do put out new videos every Sunday at noon Eastern Standard Time, and I'd love for you to be here for the next one. Thanks again so much, and I hope to see you then. Bye.